Dave.
And I'm Ashley.
And welcome to Shut Up and Love Your Neighbor podcast. Hopefully you're following us on Instagram. It's the Dave. And if you've got any comments, feedback, or complaints on the podcast, you can email us at thedave@shutupandloveyourneighbor.com.
Do you want them to send complaints to me instead of to
I mean, they could. I would like that, actually. So far, we haven't had any complaints, and I certainly hope this episode doesn't provoke.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, welcome, Ashley.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
I want to do a little introduction. This is going to be another get to know you in real time. We know each other.
We do.
But we don't know each other.
How do we know each other?
I mean,
I know how we know each other, but how did we know each other?
Through family.
Yeah.
Really. Largely through the passing of both my parents.
Correct.
Right?
Yep, just process.
That's when we spent the most time together,
true.
when both my parents passed away. Separately.
Correct.
Yeah, not together.
Over this span of years.
But, and we'll get into more of that and what you do and what your story is. But before we do, we do like to give everybody a gift. And so I do have a gift for you. Now, what's interesting about this gift is it's the first time I've given a gift in a white box.
Oh.
And because there's styrofoam in there, and I don't want you to make a mess.
I don't have to open it right now?
You don't, but I will. I am going to show you what it is. So it is.
I love it.
It is a nice coffee mug because you are a coffee drinker.
I am,
right?
and I love a mug.
People can follow you on the socials.
They can.
But different than these white ones that we have. If you like, it's
like it's not scratch and
what's
sniff.
The word?
That would be weird.
That would be weird. I don't know what you call it. Engraved?
I don't know. Embossed?
Carved out?
Yeah.
It's cool. That's what I call it.
It's very cool.
So I hope
Thank you. I'm very excited about that.
Absolutely.
It's going to be my new fave.
I hope you enjoy it and
you.
drink out of it often.
Shall I keep it here?
No, you can move it off to the side. Just throw it over there anywhere.
I shall not throw it.
Totally fine. And so I want to, I'm going to do a quick update.
Yeah.
Because getting to know you is going to make up the bulk of the podcast. So I'll do a little update. And while I share a little update, I'm going to ask you to pour us a little brown water. Not a lot, just a splash, which is what I've asked in the past. And I got a pretty big splash before,
right, that's correct.
Right? So
I can make no promises.
I will let you go ahead and do that. And then
Focus on him.
Let me give the update. So something really cool that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is a fresh update.
What's today's date?
It's not old news. Today is Thursday, sometime early April.
Oh.
Because producer Candy's birthday is in early April.
It is.
It is on the 7th of April, to be precise.
Is today the 9th?
It might
I think
be.
it is. Okay.
Yeah. And so another healthy splash. You're doing great.
I know. Sorry.
So
we can split it.
On her birthday, we decided to stay home. I cooked, made her a cake. We had a nice time.
Did all the things.
And we did all the things. And then we went out. You're doing great.
Thanks.
And then we went out to dinner last night to a restaurant here in the Northern Virginia area called Oak Ember. It's kind of new still, but it is fantastic. And they get it. They get the whole shut up and love your neighbor thing. And here's what I mean. We had a reservation. We must have indicated that it was Candy's birthday or something. Neither of us remember doing that.
Yeah, on the reservation.
But we got to the table, and there was this little card, right? This little envelope that said happy birthday. And we thought one of our friends that was coming had got that on the table for us. That was not the case. It was the staff from the restaurant. And when Candy opened this up, the first thing I said was, wow, that's a lot of words.
That is a lot of
right?
words.
I mean, I'm just going to hold it up. It's a lot of words. It's a birthday message.
I don't write that many words on most birthday cards.
I don't think I've written that many words in 2026 so far.
Possible.
Okay?
Yeah.
And certainly not with this penmanship.
Correct.
I don't even know if people know that that's a word. Penmanship.
Yeah, it is.
That's old school.
It's a good word.
Happy birthday. We hope your birthday celebration is filled with delicious moments, lasting memories, and great company. Thanks for celebrating with us. Wishing you a year filled with happiness, success, and unforgettable memories. Look forward to celebrating with you again soon. The Oak Ember team and the entire staff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people signed it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So made us feel pretty special. And it only probably took them about 30 seconds.
For sure.
So
No, it's
You
just,
know.
isn't that amazing? Like
is.
anytime you go someplace, like especially customer service, right? When you experience that level of customer service, you're going back.
Right.
You don't,
100%.
you almost don't even care how much it costs.
Yeah, 100%.
Like but when you're greeted with that level of care and yeah,
Makes a difference.
It's
It does
good.
make a difference.
I love
I always tell people, you could have, and there are places that this has happened to us where we've gone, the food might not have been off the charts.
Yep.
But the service
Yeah.
was stellar.
Yeah.
And I'll go back.
I'll go back. Yeah.
I will go back.
Absolutely.
The inverse, and I will never go again.
Yeah.
Right?
Food could be amazing.
But if you
Service-
treat me like I don't even matter that
Yeah.
I'm there, I'm not going back. I don't care how good your food is.
Do you know what my pet peeve is?
I don't know.
You want to know? Well,
do.
I've got a few actually.
All right.
But one of them is when you go into an establishment that might be one in which you will be served
Okay.
something.
Right.
That sounds weird. Like
A restaurant or a bar?
right, or a coffee shop or something like
Okay.
that, right?
Got it.
And they just stare at you.
Right.
Like makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's amazing how just saying, "How are you?"
Right.
Hello.
Right.
That can
Hello.
Hello.
It
I
is.
see you.
It
Yeah.
makes a huge difference, and those words at the end, that is kind of the key set by my buddy John Ackerman a few episodes ago here, and that is when it comes to the whole "shut up and love your neighbor" thing, him saying people want to be seen and known.
Yeah.
That is what.
So
That
true.
is that is the language that we should be communicating in, right? Making people feel seen and known. Well, let's kick it off with a
Cool.
toast. We've got some Blantons here, right? In our
Yeah.
fancy little.
Notice I gave
Right.
you more than me.
This is gonna be a long day. Oh boy,
That's
tasty.
That's good.
Yeah, that is tasty. So let's dive in.
yeah.
Let's dive in. Let's talk about. So we've known each other for 2018, 6, 7, 8, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe was our first encounter.
Yeah.
But you have been in ministry actually.
Yeah.
For longer than that. Right?
13 years.
13 years. Okay.
Almost 14.
So 13 years. And I happen to know you're not 25. So, I mean,
As much as I would like to pretend
right?
that's true. Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
But not 25.
Yeah. Thanks.
Meaning
yeah.
you had another life
I did have.
before that.
A couple actually.
Your story, I'm guessing, and these are parts of your story I don't know, but your story, I'm gathering, is not the typical. I got out of school. I went to seminary. I became a youth pastor through my 20s, and I've been doing this my whole life. And not that I shouldn't have said it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm
No,
just saying that's not
my
your
story.
Right.
Right.
That's not your story. So
Also, what happens if I choke while we're doing this? Because that that feels bad.
if you choke,
I did.
I thought you
Almost
meant
choked.
if you joke.
Oh,
Choke.
joke is a possibility.
Okay.
Both are possibilities.
I don't want you to
not.
choke.
Yeah.
Just take a little sip at a time.
Yeah.
Don't rush it.
Oh.
Right? It's not water.
Oh.
And if it becomes a struggle, you can.
There is water.
There is a water faucet
can
behind
fix
us,
that.
but if it becomes a struggle, you can refrain until we're finished taping, and then maybe it'll be
make it
different then.
happen.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. I
But
appreciate the backup plan.
no pressure.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you need to do here.
Thank you.
So, before you came into ministry,
Yeah.
okay, so 13 years ago, or beyond, like
Yeah. I started
what
in
is-
2008. Started the process. in
So, what's
2008.
the story? How did you even decide to go into ministry? What was the path leading up to that? How far back do we need to go?
Once upon a time.
I want people to get the context.
And I don't.
because it's a different story.
It is a different story, and it's so funny when it's your own. It's not that interesting. But
I'm pretty interested in my story, actually. I don't know if that's always the case.
I actually am interested in your story too.
I'm
I just feel like mine's not interesting.
It
But
is.
then, of course, people that we both know are like, yeah, it is. So how far back? I don't know how far back we need to go, but I would say that ministry is the last thing I thought I would do. And I'm, I really believe that it just is the thing that I was supposed to land into
Eventually.
eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. In the world of ministry, we talk about calls and call stories, and ultimately, I knew I was called early. Samuel in the Bible's my guy,
Okay.
and so I knew I was called early, but I didn't know what that meant. And so I just knew that there were two things that I loved, and that was God, and that was music, and those were the two things that I knew. Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant or what to do with that. And I grew up in the church, but my parents were divorced.
Okay.
So, when I was thinking about today and my story and why, what this movement is all about is important to me. It has a lot to do with that experience of being a child of divorce and navigating all of that. But regardless, they were divorced. I was raised in the church by both parents, whatever. I kind of had that going for me. But I didn't understand what any of the things I was feeling or experiencing were as far as call is concerned. And so I just was like doing my thing. Like, I kind of had a plan. It involved being a teacher, which turns out is the last thing I should do.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Like,
why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I love kids. But I just don't think I don't speak the educator
qualifier.
language. Yeah.
Right. I do love kids.
Children. I think they're great. I just don't, it was very clear as I got older that those were not my gifts.
Okay.
My mom is an educator. I know really exceptional educators. I don't happen to be one.
Okay.
So, that was my plan. And, I'm so grateful that God's direction is always better than ours.
Yeah.
So, that was that's where we're headed. Anyway, there are a lot of twists and turns in my story. There is definitely no like straight trajectory, and nobody needs to know all of the parts and pieces and the stopping points. But the bottom line is we moved to South Florida when I was in high school. My mom, my new stepdad, my brother, and I have a younger brother, 23 months younger. And that became a time of reframing because by leaving everything I knew for the first 14 years of my life, it caused me to kind of figure out who I was.
Okay. Yeah.
And so music was my anchor all along. And church was too. My stepdad was a pastor. And so there was a lot of influence there. And, however, I had friends now who were more diverse because I'd grown up in the same place with the same people. I now had new people who were more diverse and different belief systems, different ways of living. And it just caused me to ask some questions. And I really wanted to understand not just what it meant to believe, but what it meant to live that.
Okay.
And
these other folks.
Yeah.
Different faiths, you mean?
Different faiths. Some of them no faith at all.
Okay,
like
so just
some
all
of them
over.
believing, but not practicing, all of it. Yeah.
So across the board. Got it.
And growing up in a more conservative church tradition, there were things that I thought that if you did them, because you believed in God, like you would catch on fire.
I see.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm watching.
It appears that did not happen to you.
Happen,
right.
No. But it wasn't happening to my friends either.
Right.
And so I thought, well, if they're not catching on fire, then something's afoot.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They didn't catch on fire.
Well,
so
that's good news.
It was
right?
good news for everybody.
Right.
So then I was like, wait, this doesn't line up. So I'm going to go figure out for myself why. Why are we told not to do certain things? Why are we told to live a certain way?
Yeah.
When there is no active penalty or, like I just wanted to understand.
Okay.
So that's where I went. And I like lost sight of who I was and what I wanted and what I cared about. Like I just got really lost in the process, which I think kind of answered the question for me.
Okay.
But it took me a couple of years to figure that out. So, and there was a defining moment where I did. And I realized that all of the things that I was doing that I had been told I shouldn't do, I was doing them in pursuit of information. But as a result, they didn't damage anyone or anything other than me. Like they took life from me.
In what way? What kinds of things are we talking about?
Listen, my mother might watch this.
Is this a G-rated podcast? Okay.
Well, that's, you name it, right? When you talk about rebellious teenagers.
Okay.
All
the things.
All of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
as much as possible.
Yeah.
And the only person who suffered was me.
Yeah.
Because I did get lost. And I period.
Right.
So anyway, and as a child of divorce, there were a lot of times where I felt like we lived on an island. My mom, my brother, and I, we lived on an island. Mm-hmm. The thing I craved the most was like family as I grew up. And then there was a season of my life where I was the most lost, and there were people who came into my life. They had no motivation other than like seeing a young person who was clearly lost and wanting to help them find their way back to themselves. And so those people spoke life into me, and they came alongside me, and they did all sorts of things to really just encourage me. Big, small, overt, covert, all of it. And as a result, I ended up picking a school that was in close proximity to where I was going to high school, a college, and applied, auditioned, the whole nine. Ended up starting off my freshman year at that school as a vocal performance major with an intent to pursue this dream of education that I had once upon a time.
Right. So you were going to be, what, a music teacher?
Yeah.
Vocal teacher? Okay.
Yeah, a music teacher of some sort.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But after
we need those.
We do.
Desperately.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not me.
Right. I mean, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So I did that, and I hated it.
All right.
Yeah. The reason that I loved music was I love that you can tell stories through music.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was able to do that in the technicality and the classical aspect. That was not it for me.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that you point that out, because it's often observed predominantly by producer Candy that I have an uncanny ability to know the words or memorize the words to every song that comes out. Like just
yeah,
we can be in the car and it's like, it doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter. Like I seem to know the words to the song, and I think that is because story resonates with me. I'm wired for story.
Absolutely.
And
yes,
so
you are.
Music probably, is
I was going to ask, why do you think
input.
that is?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and it resonates. It's how we connect. It connects with some part of us.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what drew you in. Mm-hmm. But then
I was like,
teaching
this is not it.
Different.
Yeah. Well, or even the foundational pieces that you need in order to teach
music
it well.
Theory.
Like music theory, composition.
I didn't even say that right. Theory. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. My music comp teacher said, you just don't need this class.
Maybe you should try biology.
Correct.
And teach sciences.
Something, not this.
Or math.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I switched to musical theater my sophomore year.
To musical theater. Okay.
Where I felt like I could tell story.
Okay. And what were you thinking when you were going through that? Like, I'm going to go to New York and
Absolutely.
be on Broadway? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
It's like I do know your story.
It's like you do know.
Right.
Well, because that's the story, right? Like,
I mean, okay. So that resonates. So
yeah. So that's what I did. I graduated with a degree in musical theater. I moved to New York. First, I moved to London. Then I moved to New York.
Okay.
Pursuing the dream.
The dream.
Yeah.
How old are you when you got to New York?
23.
23 years old, New York City.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. And what was kind of the pinnacle or the highlight of that experience? Or is that
really?
a hard question?
No, it is a hard question. Okay. I love it though. Really finding myself. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So it was a quick and full 2.5 years. I auditioned for a year of that.
Okay.
Then I had this big defining moment where I realized that what I was pursuing had nothing to do with that to which I had been called so many years before.
Okay. So that started to come into focus during that season.
Mm-hmm. It had everything to do with me. It was about...
And that has to create like an internal struggle. Mm-hmm. Because you're like, there's this thing I'm doing that's fun and...
But also exhausting.
Okay.
Because it's fun because you know what it is when you get to do it.
Right.
But the process of getting there, the auditioning and the pounding the pavement and the being told no and the
Right.
that
Well, that takes a lot of
wears
stamina
away.
or whatever the word is.
I'm not
Maybe
sure how
that's-
much of that I have.
Maybe not stamina,
Yeah.
but you
No,
gotta
it
be
does.
able to
Yeah.
withstand.
Tenacity for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the call started creeping back in.
Creeping back in, and I was like, "Oh, got it." And so it's such a long story. So the short is, I really felt like I needed to walk away from theater. I needed to walk away from my pursuit of that
Okay.
to be open to what was actually next. So your question was, what was the pinnacle? And that was really it. It was having this revelation and then making a shift in where I put my time, my energy, and my openness to being defined and refined.
Okay.
And that ultimately led me to the church. And I thought it was for music in the church. And then we're going to speed.
Wow. The layers just.
I'm telling you, it's so much.
yeah.
So, you know, when you watch a video on like, not slow-mo, well, what's the opposite?
Time lapse.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. So, yeah.
Okay.
So refined and defined. Oh, music in the church. Okay, let's pursue that. Started pursuing that in the church that I was a part of. Mom is really sick. They live in Northern Virginia now.
Okay.
Anyway, Northern Virginia. Mom gets really sick. Stepdad dies unexpectedly. I leave New York to move to Northern Virginia to be with mom who's really sick. Lots of other voices come into the story who I believe are a mouthpiece. They speak into me. I simultaneously have this revelation that I'm supposed to go to seminary. I go to seminary for music ministry. A year later, I'm like, oh, it's not. It's ordained ministry. And that was 2009 when that happened. Ta-da!
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
I feel like you left a lot out of that.
Oh,
story,
so much.
though.
Yeah, that's right.
So-
we don't have enough time.
So
And maybe people aren't that interested.
all the way. All right, just one more question.
Yeah.
though. All the way to the point of, pursuing ministry, etc.
Yeah.
It was just you.
A single person.
Ashley.
Single Ahsley.
Single
Ashley.
Okay.
Ashley was single for a lot of life until
Okay.
Ashley was 36 because
Okay.
I'm not 25 or
Okay.
30.
So, how long have you been married then?
That's really funny. Well, I've been married it'll be 6 years in May.
Okay.
We started dating when I was 36. So I'm 44. There you go.
Just a young buck, are you? Right?
Absolutely. Don't tell.
Cool. And so you're kind of what I refer to as a cool pastor, right?
Thanks.
I mean, we're sitting here sipping bourbon, right?
Yeah.
I've heard you speak.
Yeah.
You've stepped down on a limb and asked me to come speak
I have.
at your church.
Coming to a sanctuary near you
Yeah.
in May.
Yeah. And
I got to give you details about that.
So I'm going to talk about who is your neighbor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to talk about.
I'm really excited
That's
about
all
that.
I know at this point.
That's all you need to know at this point.
I haven't really prepared beyond that.
Yeah.
So tell me,
Can I tell you why I love that question?
yes.
Who is your
Which
neighbor?
question?
Who is your neighbor?
Yeah.
A defining moment for me in seminary was when I went to do an intercultural immersion. That's
Okay.
a part of your degree. And I went to Memphis, which may not sound like an intercultural experience.
I wasn't going to say
Yeah.
that.
Most people are like, what? But we went to go live in an underserved area for 2 weeks and then study the intersection of faith and health.
Okay.
And got to hear stories of people who stepped out of their neighborhood into this neighborhood, emphasis on hood,
Okay.
into this neighborhood that was just hurting, that was broken, that had such an absence of love. And they just came in and poured love. This woman had worked for a doctor her whole life as a single woman, had all of this money saved that she didn't spend on herself, bought a home in this area and just came in and opened her house once a week to serve a meal, period. That's all she did.
Wow.
And then she ended up establishing an organization in the neighborhood that was after school programs, art gallery, places for kids to take classes. There was a cafe on the bottom floor where if you could not afford food, you could come and get a free meal. But if you could come and purchase a meal, which helped support like the serving of another. There was a doctor and his family, not related to this woman, doctor and his family chose to move into doctor's 6 kids, move into the neighborhood. He opened his home once a month for like a free clinic. Like, I mean that, and so there was a t-shirt from the ladies organization and it was like, love your white neighbor, love your black neighbor, love your, I mean, it was just like all of it.
Yeah.
And so I love that question, who is your neighbor? Because I think we can forget. And I think we can forget how easy it is to love your neighbor. I think we can also forget that sometimes we are invited. There is an opportunity for us to go way outside of our comfort zone.
I mean, the short answer, not to spoil it.
Everyone.
Right? It's whoever's in front of you.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Whoever's in front of you now. That is your neighbor. Right? Everyone is your neighbor. So that leads me to an interesting thought that I had recently. I'm curious where you land on this. So let me just ask the question before I give you my thought.
Okay.
And the question is, when you think about the world today, literally today, more specifically the United States.
I thought you were saying more specifically yesterday.
What is one thing that stands out to you as hopeful? Yeah, you weren't expecting that, huh? Yeah.
I was not.
Because we focus heavily on the division.
We do.
It's because it's pretty glaring and it's easy to spot and it's, seems like it's never going away. But something hit me recently and I'm curious if you have anything that that is hopeful.
Wouldn't it be wild if it was the same?
Yeah.
I would be shocked if it was.
I will fall out of my chair.
I actually was having a conversation like this today that made me hopeful. Or helped me think about what is hopeful. And that is this, that because there is such a focus on division, because there is so much that is so hard, that people are returning back to values, returning back to what matters, returning to remembering that there is a neighbor to love and that we can be for one another what I think through progress or personal pursuit or whatever else we can forget.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful that we're going to actually see ourselves become stronger and more unified.
Right.
Mainly because we're not going to have a choice.
Right.
I mean, we do have a choice, but I think we're going to crave the thing that we've lost.
I like that. You want to hear my thought?
Of course I do.
So, it basically dawned on me as I was scrolling or checking the news. This was several weeks ago. And, I'm so used to seeing the diverging messages, right? Depending on where people fall on the political spectrum, the cultural spectrum, everywhere. And what I noticed all of a sudden was that the current events of the day, whatever it was 3 weeks ago, I mean, it's sort of all blending together, but right. But I was seeing people on the left and on the right expressing the same sentiment about those events. And I said to producer Candy,
Producer Candy is my favorite.
The irony.
Yeah.
That the same sort of, for lack of a better word, let's say genre of things that has divided us is actually now coming full circle and bringing people together that have different views, conservative views, liberal views, what have you.
Yep.
But I think people are starting to come together around the idea that we'd really like more normal again. Peace.
Yeah. Not peace this big. Peace just
right.
I just don't want to feel this chaos.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that wherever people fall, that is something everybody agrees on.
Yep.
Is like,
Absolutely.
man, I just want to hang out or drink bourbon with my boys on the weekend. I don't really care
Yeah.
where they fall on climate.
Right.
Climate change or immigration. We're just
Right.
hanging out. We're talking football. We're
Yeah.
talking, or whatever. That's a simple
Yeah.
example. But, and so I just found it interesting because I feel like it's literally coming full circle. And I said, I think that's something to feel hopeful about.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
let's shift gears for just a few minutes.
Okay.
What kind of comedians do you like to listen to?
Comedians?
Do you listen to comedy or no? It's okay if the answer is no.
The answer is not
just
no,
watch
but it's
my
also
videos?
not yes. I just want your
Right.
You are my
That's
favorite
right.
comedian.
Oh, that's what
No,
I
Taylor Tomlinson I like a lot.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Okay.
But keep going.
I'm really bad. I don't watch a lot of anything.
Okay.
To be really honest.
Yeah. All right.
The margins for that are narrow.
Okay.
And but Ken watches a lot of comedians.
Okay,
So
Ken is your
Ken is my
husband.
husband.
Yeah.
So as I am adjacent to him, I get to hear some comedy.
Nice.
There's a guy, and I have no idea what his name is. He was here. He was in DC not too long ago, or Tyson's not too long
Is
ago.
his first name? Oh, he was in Tyson's.
Maybe. I think so.
Is his name Dusty?
Oh, really have no idea. But then there's also this guy, Josh Johnson.
Oh,
Do you know him?
producer Candy listens to him.
Okay.
She's
I
a
was
fan.
just introduced to him.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah.
So I just am a fan of laughing.
Okay.
So really, however.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What comedians do you listen to?
The two main comedians that we recommend to people are Nate Bargatze.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, he was just in DC recently.
Maybe
what I
that's who I'm
thought you were-
thinking
but
of.
Then you said Tyson's, and I was
No,
like, oh, that wasn't him.
Maybe
he
it
was in DC.
was at DC, not Tyson's.
He's really good. And then Dusty Slay.
Okay. I don't know
Okay,
him.
we did see him in Tyson's.
Okay.
And then we recently also saw in Tyson's, and I talked about this on a different episode, but a guy named Justin Willman.
Okay.
Look him up on Netflix. He's got a special called Magic Lover. Hilarious and also mind-blowing
Wow. Okay.
because it's magic. Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
So I was just curious if you
a
had
good
any
question.
of that. Yeah, it was.
Don't ask me what book I read most recently, because that will also be
I don't. I'm not a reader.
uninteresting.
So reading is one of the things that I would like to do,
Me too.
and just can't bring myself to.
I'd much rather doom scroll.
Yeah, and
Truth.
I hate it, but I do it.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? I think that is probably the story of America.
I gave up doom scrolling for Lent.
And now you're back at it? Oh, okay. You're still off of it. Mm-hmm. So what do you think of the whole shut up and love your neighbor thing?
No, I'm obsessed with it.
Okay. You did text me pretty early on.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I started with your niece, and I was like,
That is
"What's
true.
happening here?"
Yeah.
And then you responded.
Right.
She did a good job of being the liaison.
Yeah.
And you responded, and you were like, this is gaining traction.
Right.
And it made so much sense to me.
Why does it make sense to you?
Because to go back to our conversation about what we are hopeful for, what we find hope in, I think this is a unifier. I think people want the same thing. I think they want to be loved. I think they want ultimately to share love. I think we put so many barriers between us and what that actually looks like. And I think this, well, I'll call it a movement. You may not call it a movement, but I think it is. I think sometimes we just need a thing. We need a tangible, we need a visual, we need a thing to focus on to help us do the thing that we want to do. And so I think that helps people think less, do more. We think less about the barriers, and we have this kind of persistent reminder, shut up and love your neighbor. Just do it. Don't think twice about it. Don't put the barriers. Don't overanalyze it. Just shut up and do it.
Yeah. No, I like that. And I, when I hear the shut up part, inevitably in my head, I hear someone saying, just stop.
Yeah.
Is what I hear.
Absolutely.
Literally every time I say it.
Yeah.
That's what I actually hear.
Yeah.
Is just stop and love your neighbor. Stop the nonsense. Stop the cruelty. Stop the,
Yeah.
selfishness.
Just stop.
Just stop it all
Yeah.
and love other people.
Because it all comes down to the golden rule, right? Treat others
Right.
the way you would like to be treated.
Right.
So just stop.
But I mean, that's a great simplification of it.
Right.
That just brings it down to, reduces it to the ridiculous, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that basic. But since we started this, I've been exposed to so many stories through our own experiences and through what others have shared
Yeah.
that highlight in glaring fashion that virtually everyone is going through something that you have no clue about.
We have a sign so I have 2 stepkids and then my niece who I have participated in raising since she was 5. So in the kids' bathroom in our old house, there was a sign that said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle."
Yeah, I've seen similar stuff, and but I have found, again, through stories I've heard and things that people have shared, like you just have no idea. And in fact, on our next episode, a friend is going to share, and she's going to share because I'm going to ask her about it.
Yeah.
A story that she experienced recently. I don't want to give it away, but I encourage everybody to listen to it. It paints the picture in vivid color that the what's the word, innocuous encounter you have, or the random encounter that you have is anything but. And the person on the other end of that encounter almost always has something. And her experience, they did.
Let's go back to Candy's birthday card.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that was something, that's a practice of that restaurant.
Right.
They don't know anything about the person that it's going to.
Right.
They just know that they're coming to have a meal.
Right.
And how many times does that gesture, does that thing make such a difference?
Right. It might not be every time, but I would say more times than not, it is blowing people away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So awesome.
I love it.
So I hope you do some fun shut up and love your neighbor stuff, and you
Always.
share and you drink from your coffee mug.
I'm so
the
excited.
Fancy one.
Yeah.
Right.
It's scratch and
because
sniff.
This is not for sale.
Oh, this is
the
VIP.
first time anyone has seen it. Actually, I've not shown it anywhere.
This is a big day.
It is a big day.
I feel really honored.
So I hope
Thank
you use it.
I will.
It will be exclusive
Every Sunday morning, especially.
to guests.
Yeah.
Do your videos, show people.
I will.
And we like to tell people before we go to do what? Shut
up and love your neighbor.
Cheers.